Hey guys, I was having a thought on techniques, things we use when things get very difficult. And we've talked about different things before here, but I was thinking about one specific one that I do when things are rough, when it's harder than usual to handle it. And honestly, you can do this even for small things, but I've noticed when it's a big thing, when it's a relationship issue, when it's a big career shift that we weren't expecting and it really gets us. One of the things I tend to do is I will coach myself out loud. I will give myself that help that I would give another person. So the way I see this is if you if a friend was talking to you and telling you the things that you're saying to yourself, what would you say to them? What kind of help would you give them with the situation? So no matter what it is, you look at it and you go, okay, well, what's what are you learning from this? That's one of the things I always do. You don't have to do that. I like to look at what I'm learning from this. So I will out loud, I go somewhere private, and out loud I will ask myself, what am I learning from this? And then after that, I will go through, okay, well, what do you want to do about this? How do you feel about this situation? And I just kind of keep coaching myself through it and talking myself through it until I come to some sort of realization. Because sometimes just having that out loud dialogue with ourselves can make something so clear. And if we're going through a hard time, oops, sorry, if we're going through a hard time, it's easy to spin and spin and spin and spin on things. I can do it too. But if we take that step back, we're almost taking a step outside of ourselves and looking at ourselves from an outside perspective instead of being in the thick of it. So often when we're spinning, we're so thick in that forest, we can't see the trees, right? We're just thick in the forest. We cannot see the solutions because we're just spinning on the problem. So if we take that step back and go, okay, what would I say to a friend? Well, now we are giving ourselves some clarity because we're kind of taking a step back out of our own way, getting out of some of the emotions to get a little bit of clarity on the situation that we're dealing with. Because so often I notice it's less of a problem than I think it is. Now, some things really are a big issue, but so often, even these big things that I'm going through that we can make a big deal out of, wind up actually not that being that big of a problem when I stop and look at it from this outside perspective as if I were talking to a friend and going, okay, well, let's talk through this whole thing. And by the end, I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. So the answer is this isn't that difficult to figure out. So just my 2 cents, something I thought I'd throw out there for you guys. I know that that helps me a lot because if we're only talking in our head and we're only spinning, we don't get any solutions. So take a step back when you have those issues going on and talk to yourself as if you were talking to a friend and see what happens. And if it doesn't work for you, that's fine. There are so many techniques out there, and not everything works for everyone. I'm simply sharing with you guys some things that have helped me, and maybe they'll help somebody else as well. So I hope you guys are having a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.